If you've been following our DIY adventures for the last few weeks, then you know that we are fresh off finishing a huge home renovation.
But before we jump into our next big home renovation series, we have a special project that we want to tackle at our own house.
So come along for the ride with us and see what in the world we're building in our backyard.
Before we get started, we want to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Honey. Honey is the #1 shopping tool in America. It's a little button at the top of your browser that automatically searches for promo codes so you don't have to. It works for things you're already buying on lots of sites you're already shopping. You can use it when shopping for things like shoes, clothes, electronics, and even food delivery. I was able to use Honey to find a coupon for the red rug I bought in our friend's living room and saved an extra $35. It's definitely fun to save a little extra on things you already plan to purchase. You can add Honey to your browser for free at joinhoney.com/DIYwife. So if you're interested in an easy way to potentially save money on things you already plan to buy, be sure to check out Honey using our link in the description or at joinhoney.com/DIYwife. And now let's jump into today's video.
So today we've got a bit of a different project going on in our very own backyard. So spring has rolled around, and here in Texas, that means it's actually starting to get really hot. So a few weeks ago, we ordered an above ground pool that showed up in a couple boxes, and we have this perfect spot in our backyard where we're gonna put the pool, but we've got to do some leveling to make sure it's even. And so we have some shovels and a lot of sand that we brought in to help level it, but we're gonna need more than just shovels and sand. So I'm actually gonna go to Home Depot and rent a tiller so we can churn up the ground and make leveling a lot easier. There is nothing a minivan cannot hold. Once I got back from Home Depot with the tiller, I tried to unload it myself and then quickly realized I was gonna need help. Yeah, that's a no. So I need your strength and your beauty, because I can't do this by myself.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
You're so strong. I think maybe we should stick with you being the cameraman and me doing that. I'm not very good at this.
Give me this.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is actually mark out where this pool is gonna go, and I'm kind of winging it. So we're gonna use the tape measure and try and get a good circle-ish shape. And hopefully this doesn't go too poorly. Hopefully we don't hate ourselves by the end of this day. I'm out of breath.
I think I'm getting delirious. Let's get some water.
Get some water. I can't move, I'm so sore. We can do this in a day, right?
Yeah.
That's a big pool. Go big or go home. After finding the center point of the pool, we used spray paint to mark the circumference so we knew what area needed to be leveled.
I challenge you to a one-on-one soccer game right now.
Oh, you would lose.
Don't worry, folks, I'm a professional. Next, we fired up the tiller and started loosening up the soil on the higher part of the ground that we would need to level, and this thing was kind of a beast.
My turn! My turn!
Hold on to her, darling! Hold on to her!
We took turns tilling, raking, and shoveling as we slowly chipped away at leveling this entire space.
Okay, so update number 1 on tilling. It's grueling, but we're gonna keep powering on through.
I'm like dripping sweat. It is so humid. And it may be a little bit hard to tell on camera, but this whole side of the pool space is about a foot higher than the other side, so we had quite a bit of work ahead of us.
All right, tiller update number 2. Still grueling, very grueling. It's so easy, right?
My hands hurt. Ow.
Hi. Diaries of a Tiller, entry number 3. When you think about how long you've been tilling and how much you've been sweating, and you realize you're not even halfway done, you really begin to question your life decisions at this point. I suppose it's time for more tilling. I can't say I'm actually very happy about that. I just would like to go on record and say again, this was Andrea's idea.
This is true love. You know, I'm kind of liking this camera job here.
So as Andrea filmed, I did some tiller tricks, and then we had the project manager come and scope out the project.
What you think of your dad? Do you have a smoothie?
Sounds like an elephant.
And so we journeyed on, making slow but solid progress. This is how we're getting our summer workout on. Oh, I found a groundhog over here. All right, it's shovel time. Let's do this.
At this point, I had to take a break and let Dean take over with the shovel. And I think it's worth noting here that Dean is quite handy with that shovel because he has had a lot of practice over the years.
So you may or may not know this about me, but I've always enjoyed a good bike jump. And a lot of times you have to build these dirt jumps using a shovel. And actually, this isn't the first time that we've done some digging in our backyard. A couple of years ago, Andrea actually let me tear up part of the backyard to build some bike jumps. Sculpting jumps out of dirt is kind of like an art form to me, if you know what I'm saying. And in the end, these jumps were so much fun for our kids, and of course for Dad too. But enough about bike jumps, let's get back to this pool dig.
You're not getting tired, are you?
Not at all.
My arms hurt holding this camera. What's going on with your veins? Look at that!
I think I'm Spider-Man.
It's looking good, babe.
So we marched forward with more tilling and digging until we made some exciting discoveries. What we have here is some of Texas' finest bugs. We have the grub worm here. Oh, no.
Don't eat it.
And then we have the coveted June bug. After our exciting bug discovery, it was back to, yes, you guessed it, more digging. Hit a rip. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Just got excited in the moment, but it's time for a water break. I mean, when you're digging in the heat and humidity of Texas, hydration is essential. So make sure you stay well hydrated out there, boys and girls. Okay, what am I even saying? I don't know.
Oh no.
I think I'm getting delirious. Let's get some water.
Get some water.
And after our water break, we decided to end the day with a few trampoline tricks.
Don't hurt yourself.
I never hurt myself.
Dean's got talent.
Wait.
We'll add this to the list of things that Dean can do that I cannot. It's a short list.
Hey, what are you doing? Ma'am?
Kids made me do it. Look at him. He's
What
in
are
his
you
he's in
doing?
his swimsuit. He's ready to swim. I'm not a very good YouTuber. I don't film things.
You've run off without all of your audience. It is hard to resist this little guy. Look at him. Rake it, buddy. Okay, Speedy Gonzalez, can you update us on what happened while I was gone then?
We used the compactor over on that side because it was a little bit looser, and then we grabbed several wheelbarrows full of sand and spread that just to give it a nice smooth surface for that pool. We still got a lot of sand to move, and then level it all. Make sure it's nice and level.
Well, would you like my help from here on out?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Ow! I can't. It was so good to have Dean's help back on the job site, and as usual, he had to throw in a few tricks. Oh no.
Grand finale. Are you gonna let me wear my bikini in the pool? Weighs approximately 742 pounds.
I told you it's heavy. It's Dean.
Looking. After that, we really tried to pick up the pace, and it felt a bit like we were on one of those primitive survival channels.
So we might have run into a slight problem.
Just a slight problem.
I started looking at the circle and looking at our 10-foot board and thinking, I don't know if that circle's 20 feet. We're gonna measure it and see if we need to do a little more digging. 19, 20. We don't want our pool going off the edge.
You've measured us a whole foot short. How did this happen?
You dug us short.
I didn't dig us short. Andrea assured me that this would be quick and easy, and what she meant by that was about an hour of hard digging. But we did have another exciting little critter moment. Little snake?
Can I keep it?
Pick it up, Jude.
No!
He's getting away.
Where is he?
Bit of a missed opportunity there for a pet snake, but that's all right, we'll keep digging. So after a bit more digging, I was finally finished and just had to rake some of that sand to level out the new space. The next day, before getting the pool all set up, it was time for the big test. After spending hours measuring, tilling, digging, raking, tilling, and then digging some more and bringing in sand and raking again, then bringing in more sand and raking some more, it was time to see if we had gotten the ground truly level and ready for the pool. Is it level?
Good enough.
So I grabbed the boxes out of the garage and it was time to set this pool up.
Woo! The cutest delivery boy ever. Hey.
Thanks. I'll leave my number with you.
Perfect. After Dean delivered the boxes, he was off to another day of editing, and the kids and I got this pool set up, and they were so excited. Look at how big this pool is! Oh my gosh! Guys, how much fun are we gonna have in this summer?
A lot.
A lot. Alright. The pool is up.
By the time I got home, the pool was already filling up and the kids were already having a blast. Mom, get in! Get in!
I'm cold out of the water. Their kids
Why
are
aren't
crazy.
you getting in? It was going to take some time for this pool to fill up, but one thing was for sure, our kids were definitely going to have a blast in this pool this summer. Well, great work on this pool. We are halfway there. We are more than halfway there, really. The water's filling up. The kids are getting so incredibly excited. They've been looking forward to this for weeks and been on our case for weeks about this. And we're like, guys, this takes a lot of work. Just hold your horses a little bit. It was definitely harder work than we anticipated it being, for sure. And that mostly had to do with leveling the pool. It was hard to see on camera, but we started on a pretty steep downgrade. And so we had to level all that out. And you can feel the burn, man. You can feel the burn in your arms and your shoulders and your back. But the payoff is going to be really good because our kids, again, are thrilled, and they're already telling all their friends, like, we're gonna have a pool, we're gonna have a swim party. So join us in next week's episode as we finish out this pool space, because Andrea is designing this really cool deck to go with it.
We gotta make it pretty, guys. It's gotta be pretty.
Andrea has landscaping planned for this. We're gonna make this thing look good. It's not just gonna be a regular above ground pool. It's gonna be an Andrea style, a DIY wife style above ground pool. And so we will catch you next episode. Well, great.
I'm ready.
Well, great.
Here. I'm hungry.
You're
Feed me.
So explain this logic to me. You're hungry, so you interrupt
So I
me
make it take
so that
longer?
it takes longer.
You just gotta have a little fun sometimes, you know, man. You gotta lighten up. Pretty good. We made pretty good progress.
I'm yawning right now. What are you doing?
Basking in the sun. I can't move. I'm so sore.
Let's just go ahead and say right here, she thought we could do this in one day, and I was like, no, I think this is a 1 week. She's like, no, it's a day, maybe 2. No, it was a weeker.
I'm an optimist. What can I say?
Hey, you want to learn from us? Don't build a pool on a slope. Hey, Gene.
Just don't do that in front of the boys.
You mean
That was
like
pretty
that
good. Oh no. Well, he won't try that.
How long's it been on?
It's been on for 4 hours, and we don't even have, I mean, what is that, like 7 inches of water?
Our water bill is going to be fantastic this month.
It is going to be a little bit crazy, probably.
Hey, thanks for watching, man.